Streaming now on Conversations for Your Health, I'm speaking with Toni Tickel Branner. Toni is a plant-based lifestyle coach, exercise physiologist, wellness consultant, professional speaker, author. She's the owner and founder of Health Made Simple, and she's also known as the Crazy Plant Lady. And we'll be discussing benefits of plant-based living over 40. Now, another thing that I encounter with people is this misunderstanding between plant-based, vegetarian, and vegan. So
Right,
can you tell me what your definition of those would be and how they differ?
right. We try not to use the word vegan because if you say you're vegan, no one will ever invite you over for dinner ever again because they don't know what to feed you. I'm just kidding. In California, that's not an issue, but here in North Carolina, people kind of panic. So technically, a vegetarian is a someone who eats dairy, but not other animal products. Sometimes eggs are included in a vegetarian diet. Vegan is nothing that has a mother, really nothing, no animal products, and even things like honey, if you're strictly vegan, are considered, not allowed. A lot of times, vegans it comes from a place of animal rights initially, not necessarily from a place of health. We talk about whole food plant based because that means you're getting rid of, the processed foods and the chemicals, and you're eating real food. And it doesn't, the research shows it doesn't have to be 100% to really get most of the benefits. If you can get to around 90% plant based, that is consistent with data that shows that cancer doesn't initiate into the second stage, lowered inflammation, all of the reasons that we want to stave off those illnesses and diseases. So that's why we use the word whole food plant based. It's more gentle, and it also, you can be a vegan and just live on potato chips, which is not a great plan either.
Right.
But some of the misconceptions are very common, like, how will you get your protein, and we're able to assure people that plants have plenty of protein. That's where the animals get them to begin with, all the amino acids, and your body is every day breaking down old proteins that you don't need anymore. And the amino acids are just recombined like puzzle pieces to build new protein. So that is not really a concern unless somebody's just not eating enough calories. And that, sometimes is another issue.
Yeah, and when talking about the protein aspect of this, because that's another question I get a lot about, and then there's also this I want to say a misconception about soy protein.
Mhm.
So tell me what your take is on soy protein and other proteins like pea protein, different types of protein that people can get outside of animal based.
Absolutely. So the first thing is almost all plants have plenty of protein. Broccoli is half protein. All your spinach and greens are half protein. So it's really a myth. And the myth that we used to have about having to combine certain proteins to get a complete protein, that has also really been debunked in recent years. So as long as you're eating a variety of whole foods, it's just not a concern. And there's, an estimate that only 1% of the entire U.S. population is actually deficient in protein. Most of us are consuming double, sometimes triple what we actually need. And in the case of animal protein, it's very inflammatory in your body. And so of course, you want enough protein, but consuming excessive amounts can really, take you in the opposite direction for performance, but also for health, and for recovery. The soy issue is interesting. That information originally was put out by the Weston Price Foundation, who really invented the Atkins diet, which should tell you a little bit about where that's going.